afternoon, at the end of the last video, by the way, it's 12 noon, the day after I was supposed to be here. So at the end of the last video, I liberated my van from the Denver airport parking lot, and now I'm driving 6 hours to Badlands. So I'm actually going to drive through Colorado, Nebraska, up to South Dakota today. So I've been in South Dakota last week on the previous leg of the trip. So not a new state, but it will be a new national park. So I'll see how it is when I get there. I would like to do the 4 hikes that I have, but mostly the Notch Trail, which is only 1.5 miles you have to climb. So I think I'll do that tonight, and then I'll see how I am. I do have 5 hours to get to Theodore Roosevelt, so I may just do, I may not do anything tomorrow morning. I may just go to Theodore Roosevelt, but I have to look at all the hikes, because whichever one has most of the hikes is the one I want to do most of the time at. I know Voyagers, I couldn't get any tours, so I'm just going to basically do basic hikes there. This person's in my blind spot, so thank you, sir. See, that's what you should do. When somebody is signaling and you know you're in their blind spot, because I'm not moving over, you should speed up so I can go in the place that you're at. So anyway, oh my god, my bike is like, take a look at this. That is my mountain bike in the back, and I'm not even going to attempt to take that thing out until I am stopped for gas about halfway from now, about 200 miles from now. I'm going to find a gas station, probably in Nebraska. The plan originally was last night when I would get in, is drive 4 hours to the same Walmart that I stayed at. So because I'm only here at noon, I'm not going to stay at that Walmart. I'm just going to keep going to Badlands. So I should get to Badlands about 6:40 p.m. so about 7 p.m. and it'll still be light. So it'll be nice because it has been quite hot there. So it'll works out, even though it's a little bit of a rerouting and diversion. It actually works out really well. So I'm pretty excited, and it's all of this week is centering around Isle Royale, because if you don't know, I got a seaplane and one of only 2 cabins on Wendigo for Friday night. Like, what are the chances in the middle of July to be able to get a seaplane, 1 ticket for a seaplane, which cost me like $340, 1 ticket for a seaplane, and manage to get the only cabin? And that's why when I got that cabin, everything else this week is centered around it. Worst case scenario, if I were to get in later today or tomorrow, I would do Voyages after Isle Royale and just kind of backtrack and then go back into and then go toward Indiana Dunes the day after and not do mountain biking that day. But it looks like I'm going to get to do everything if I can get my damn mountain bike out of here. I don't even know if the door's going to open again. Usually when I drive for a little bit, it'll kind of trigger it, but I need to put wood over that panel because I stupidly pulled the and you'll see in the Taos video where I stupidly pulled the panel off, thinking that I could just, I didn't realize there's all the wiring behind it, so I don't know how these cars are made. So anyway, so I'm going to have to get some plywood and just kind of stick it on there just to cover it, because I think what's happening is things are like pushing on the wiring and it's stopping the door from opening. But that door not opening has been that way ever since I've had the van. It just happens once in a while. If you're on an incline, like sideways incline, sometimes you can't open that door. So all right, I'm out of the airport area. That was easy. And someone just literally what is this, Texas? They just drove across the middle of the field to get onto the off-ramp. So now I'm heading onto the another freeway. Now the Denver airport, if you don't know, it's miles from Denver and it's literally in the middle of nowhere. So not a lot of easy ways to get into Denver. You just basically have to rent a car, and the cars are super expensive here. But anyway, so I am off to Badlands today. Super excited, glad to be back. I am getting exhausted. This has been 2 months of basically full-time traveling, except flying home to see Harriet and do some like personal stuff and doctor's appointments and things. But basically, yeah, 95% van life. It is doable, and Spirit has been great. The crew today were amazing. I was so thankful that we had such a great crew. We've had a great crew even yesterday. They were very patient with what was going on. Then I realized that the flight attendants really don't mind if we get rerouted for another hour, because they only get paid when they're in the sky. So they're all like, hell yeah, we'll go to Albuquerque. The hotel was great. Everyone was great, and yeah, just really good group around me, except one lady that was, and she's like, I'm disgusted by you. I'm like, lady, I understand. I know now why she wanted me to demanded that I change seats, is that she had a pet. She didn't have a service dog, she had a pet, and she wanted her pet to be in front in the bucket seat. but you're not allowed to have anything in front of your feet anyway, so she'd still have to stick her dog under the seat behind her. So where she was sitting was actually the correct appropriate place for a person that's traveling with a pet or a service animal. They have to be able to put their dog under the seat in front of them. You can't have anything in those very, very front row in the big comfy seat. You're not allowed to have anything on your lap, and you can't have anything in front of your feet. You've got to put your bags up top. So she wouldn't have been able to sit there anyway. So I don't know why she was making a big stink and going on about it the next day, the next morning. I'm like, are you done? Can you find a new hobby? Because we're all tired and we all want to get to where we want to go. Let's focus on that and not being like, Attack of the Karen. I didn't do anything to her. I didn't even know why she was getting mad at me. And then the flight attendant goes, oh, because you're not changing seats. I'm like, where am I obligated to give up my seat that I paid for? Unless they give me like a first class, like lobster platter, caviar, Four Seasons, penthouse suite. Maybe I can like delay my flight a little bit, or maybe sit in the crap seat. But she wasn't even in the crap seat. She was in the same big comfy seat. She was just in row 2 on the other side. And again, I realize now it's because she had the dog, but it wasn't a service animal. It was a pet. And I am adamant about advocating for those with service animals over those that have emotional support parents and pets, because the reason that it is so hard for a lot of people, the blind community that have service animals, or those with PTSD that have service animals, they have a hard time a lot of times being able to access places they are legally allowed to go with their service animal, because people that bring their pets and emotional support animals, go into restaurants and things and try to get on trails and sit in the certain airplane seats, but you're not allowed to bring your pet into a store, only service animals. That's kind of the rules. But they ruin it. The people that do that, and they go and get their fake service animal, like Ranger Matt at Devil's Tower was telling me the other day that he's like, yeah, like people go online and they print out a fake service animal certification or certificate, which if you have a service animal, you don't have a certificate. Like, it's just stupid. But it's like, when you're bringing your dog on the trail and then there's a service animal, your dog is not allowed on the trail unless it is a service animal. Anyway, very adamant about that. So this lady was making a big stink about nothing. Okay, the Badlands are over to my left, and that was a fun road. That was actually a really, really nice dirt road. It wasn't like gravelly or anything. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my phone on my little holder here. It was a really fun road for about 20 miles. So now I've got 20 miles to go, 25 minutes. Perfect. I'm the only one on the road except that guy. And yeah, so perfect time. It's still 95 degrees out here. It's going to be very, very hot. So I really can only do that 1.5 mile hike, which is fine. And hopefully when I head north, I'm going to head north into North Dakota. Probably stay in North Dakota, just try to get as far as I can toward Theodore Roosevelt tonight. I'm really tired, so I'm not going to go too far, just maybe an hour or two, and then stop at a rest area, and then drive about 3 hours tomorrow morning, which will be great. So now I'm going to turn, and yeah, heading to Badlands. I think I'm on Lakota tribal land. I think that's what's up here. Again, more bugs on the window. But yeah, that was an easy drive. Easy 6 hours so far. Got 23 minutes to go. 19 miles. And it's open 24 hours. So unfortunately I won't be able to buy a magnet because everything will be closed. But I will definitely come back here when I explore the Black Hills, Custer State Park. Maybe go back to Devil's Tower, that kind of thing. Because it's all in the same area. So I was just up here in Wind Cave and Devil's Tower last week. So I'm like, oh, I'm seeing the same. I went past Carhenge again. It's like I'm seeing the same things again. So, but yeah, so I'm just going to keep going and be there in about 20 minutes. Oh my God, I seriously didn't think I would make it, but I'm at Badlands National Park and I'm going to park right here and take a picture. It is 100 degrees here. One hike, that's all I can do. And the ranger station is not open. Okay, well, I have my pass, so I don't need to do anything. All right, we're in Badlands National Park, people. Oh my God, it is almost 7 p.m. I've got about an hour and a half of daylight. There is a campsite, and this is fantastic. I am not staying here tonight, though. It is 100 degrees. No hunting or shooting, no off-road driving. This is beautiful. That was 6.5 hours, plus an 18-hour delay, plus hours of flying, multiple states. You know, I was in Texas, Texas, Nevada. Oh, there are campsites open. Texas, Nevada, New Mexico, Colorado. Shit, where else was I? Nebraska, South Dakota today. That's a shit ton. This is stunning. Take a look at this. Shop and see if they have anything in there if they're open. Okay, this is open till 9 p.m. So that's good. Oh, there's humans. I haven't seen anybody in 6 hours. But here's all the people. This is great. My alarm is still not setting, which is pissing me off. Okay, beverages, shirts. That's pretty cool. That's a cool one. White does not work well though. Okay, so let me get my magnet bottle topper. That's funny. I don't drink either, so this one might work. Okay, let me go do some shopping, and this is great. I'm so glad I'm here. Well, that one's cute. Okay. All right, I got my magnet. The lock isn't working again, which is pissing me off. Anyway, okay, so yeah, it's been 100 degrees for the last couple of days, and it's supposed to get hotter. So let me go do this hike. This is perfect. The sun is absolutely perfect. There are quite a number of people here. There are campsites. They're $29 though, and there's no way I'm going to stay here in this heat without any electricity hookup. So I'm just gonna get my. They also have evening programs too about fossils and the night sky. So I'm gonna go do this hike, and then I'm gonna drive 2 hours at least, well, at most 2 hours, to a rest area or a Love's or whatever I put on my little itinerary, and go to sleep. So yes, this actually worked out to be a fantastic day. What the fuck am I doing in South Dakota? I was just in Albuquerque this morning. Oh my God, this is travel. This is what travel is, people. I'm at the trailhead. It's very, very, very hot. So it's just a 1.5 mile trail, and then it's a 3.5 hours, I think, to get to the rest area that I was supposed to originally stay at. So it looks like it's a paved trail. So I'm going to put my hiking boots on, put my hat on. I think there's rattlesnakes. I hear rattlesnakes. I don't know what those are. Anyway, it's super hot. It's so hot out here. That's why it's called the Badlands, because apparently when they got here, they were like, these lands are pretty bad. Anyway, that's cute. Oh, look at the sunset. Anyway, all right, so yeah. So it's probably going to end up keeping my bike in the van tonight because I can't figure out how to get the door open. So yeah, if I do this, if I click it, it's going to beep again. Yeah, so that means the side door is not working. So I have to do my hack, and yes, let me go hike. And I think I'm just going to drive as far as I can get for 2 hours and get to bed by 10. I don't think I'm going to drive. Let's see, it says get there 10:51. By the time I'm done with the hike, it'll be about an hour or so. And then, yeah, so I'm not going to go to bed later than 10. I'm exhausted. I need to get some sleep. Okay, I'm off to the Window Trail and then the Notch Trail. So these are the two trails that I'm doing. And the Castle Trail, it's 5 miles. It's too hot to do that, unfortunately. Yeah, I do hear the rattlesnakes. So just be careful. No pets. I already saw 2 dogs while I was getting ready. This is the Window Trail, and it's probably like elevated because, well, the landscape is pretty much sand, but also rattlesnakes. This is great. No bugs. So fucking hot. Anyway, so the trail says you can go loop around, but you can't. You just go to the end and look. and then backtrack and find the Notch Trail, which is the one where you go up the little ladder, which is pretty cool. I will definitely come back here. This is kind of my kind of terrain, you know, just real kind of weird and rocky and desolate. Not a lot else going on. Yeah, so it's literally right here, the little fence. That's the viewpoint, and then this is the parking lot. So I'm going to go up here, and there should be another trail connecting to go that way. This is great. I just wish it wasn't so damn hot. Unfortunately, 8 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night, and it's still 100 degrees. Okay, so unfortunately the sun is in the wrong place for me to take a selfie over here. So I just talked to two guys that were like beet red and sweaty. Sun protection, people. Okay, wear your sun protection, dude. I mean, I figure I have hiked hundreds and hundreds of miles and biked 10,000 miles on my mountain bike. If I don't cover myself up, I'll look like beef jerky by the time I'm like 45, which will be November. Anyway, yeah, one thing, especially with van life, you're driving. I wear gloves during driving too, because you're in, you know, you're in the sun the entire time. PSA over. This is great. Oh my God, I'm actually hungry now. Why am I hungry? I just had some biscuits earlier. Anyway, so yeah, the guy said it took probably about an hour, but they enjoyed the view. So it says 1.5 to 2 hours to do a 1.5 mile hike with the climb. I don't know. I think they're underestimating my prowess. Okay, so keep going. This is great, but I don't know where I'm going to drive to. I have 5G, so when I'm done with the hike, I can look on my phone and figure out where I'm going to. Well, the nice thing is I'm the only one on the trail now. So, welcome to my own private national park. It is one of many that I have been to, where it's basically just all me. It's all about me. I'm just kidding. This is actually perfect. It's really cool in the shade, probably about 10 degrees cooler than it is in the sun. So for photos though, if you like shadows, it's fine, but I guess sunrise would be better. But this is great. And it's like limestone gravel, I think. I don't know, whatever I'm hiking in. Okay, we have ourselves a rope ladder, and then the guy's all the way up there with his selfie stick. It's funny. Okay, all right, well, this is it. Let's go up. All right, I'm at the top. That's how high I went up. Now I'm on the ridge, and just be careful. It's a bit slippy, so wear your grippy shoes. And yeah, just follow the trail. And that's how high I came up. That is beautiful. Sunset is actually pretty stellar. That is great. I think they're doing like a photo shoot for like a clothing company. Were they there? It's funny. Oh, the kids. Yeah, just be careful here. It's kind of steep. And then you go up there. There's some other humans who survived the apocalypse, and I'm going to go back. That only took 25 minutes. I don't know what they're talking about. 2 hours. I don't know. I guess maybe there's a line for the photos. Who knows? Yeah. Oh, crap. Watch out for the rocks. A little slippy. Okay, so I'm going to walk back and get on the road. I will definitely come back to Badlands. What's great is you can kind of choose your own adventure on this hike. There is a trail, but you can also scramble over the rocks. And kind of go your own way, as long as you just, you know, go toward those markers. You can kind of do what you want. So this is great. This is fun. What a fun hike, now that it's cooled down a bit. Yeah, I will come back probably next year or later in my life and really explore South Dakota more. It is really beautiful. It's great, like maybe in the spring or in the fall, but I know like the winters are a no-go. It's like horrendous. And there's some more people. There's a big group of like church people. So I can see Prudence over there, right there in the parking lot. There she is. There's my girl. All right, I made it down and that was easy. Okay, let's go back. I'm only going to be hiking for like 45 minutes. That was great. What a fun hike. What a great way to stretch my legs after driving for 6 hours and flying 2 flights through 4 states. The other hikes that I had planned to do today were these 3, the Castle Trail, the Saddle Pass, and the Fossil Trail. But of course, you know, I was 16 hours behind thanks to Spirit, but Spirit got me here, so thank you. And I got to see the sunset, which I wouldn't have seen because I would have been here earlier. And this is beautiful. All right, so I'm going to drive through the park 6 miles and hopefully get to a gas station within 150 miles. This is absolutely beautiful. This is Wall Drug in the town of Wool, and it's just a big like souvenir shop, but I think it's closed. And then on the other side over here there's like restaurants and saloons and things, so I just wanted to quickly check it out. It's kind of like a novelty thing. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to turn around and just keep going. There's a train, so I'm gonna get stuck on the train tracks. Let me turn around and go back to the freeway. I need to get gas, so there's a bunch of gas stations in Wool. Yeah, when I come back I will like do this properly. So I mean, I did it properly anyway. I did a hike, and this is, yeah, those are the employees leaving. So if you've watched the movie Nomadland, yeah, so that's Wool Drug Store right there. Hang on one second, let me get a picture. So if you've watched the movie Nomadland, which is a good movie, but people are like, oh, it's so depressing, that's not what van life is about. It's like, it's not about van life, dude. It's about one woman's journey, and she just happens to be in a van. So it's not like, here's a movie. It's not like The Social Network, like let's make a movie about Facebook. You know, this is a movie about a character, a true story, I think. Anyway, so yeah, so not very busy. There's hotels and RV parks and things over here. There's bars and restaurants and all that, but I don't need to eat anything, and I just need to get out of here. So anyway, but Nomadland, it's also filmed up in this area. So there's a couple scenes where she is in the Badlands Park, and she's also, I need to get gas. Badlands Park, and she's also like working at Wool Drug as well. But yeah, it's just a big, basically just a big souvenir shop, and there's restaurants and things. It's a novelty. Anyway, I'm gonna go back over here to the downtown part of Wool and get some gas, and hopefully not get stuck behind a train. Anyway, so okay, that's the end of this video. That was Badlands. So Badlands was pretty good. But I will see you in the next video. I will be in the Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and I am going to drive 3 hours to the rest area, and I'm only going to be an hour from the park, so I am sleeping in tomorrow. That is what I am doing. I am not getting up before 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm not in a hurry, and then after that I have a 4-hour drive halfway to Voyagers. So another big long driving day. After that my drive days are pretty short, only 2 or 3 hours, but let me get gas and I think I'm done. So yeah, what a fun day. Super fun. I'm glad I pulled this off. I was worried that I would not get to actually go to this national park, but I did. So I get a new sticker on the wall.